viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It is Friday, 21st June 2024, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and of course we shall rejoice and be glad in it. What a wonderful day to be in the land of the living. The sun is beautiful this morning. I am sun-kissed this morning, and I hope that you are too. As we head on into the weekend, of course, I know you are looking forward to spending time with family, friends, loved ones, or engaging in activities that might be taking place here on the island of Tobago. But before we get into all of those conversations, we're going to go over to the news in 90 seconds.
News in 90 seconds is brought to you by Standards, never beaten on quality and prices.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, June 21st, 2024. This year's Tobago Heritage Festival participating groups must manage their logistics and infrastructure with 200,000 sponsorship from the Tobago Festivals Commission. Leader of the Innovative Democratic Alliance, Dr. Denise Sawyer-Fat Angus, stressed the need for initial funding to help groups start preparations. She noted past support from community development officers and emphasized the importance of upfront financial resources. Criticizing delayed payments for cultural activities from 2022 to 2023, she called it poor leadership and management. Sawyer-Fat Angus advocated for a collaborative approach to understand and meet the group's needs effectively. Up next, leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke, has accused the refurbished Manta Lodge in Speyside of being misused. Despite the keys to the hotel being handed over to the Tobago House of Assembly in February 2023, a management operator has not been selected. Duke at a press conference urged Chief Secretary Farley Augustine to address the issue and the $32 million spent on Manta Lodge in the upcoming budget presentation. Duke criticized the Augustine administration, labeling Tobago an island of lost dreams, and advocated for community-run cooperatives to manage such projects for mutual benefits. And finally, Miss Tobago 2024 Renessa Ortiz excelled in 3 pageant challenges, Miss World, Trinidad and Tobago. Ortiz placed in the top 3 for the Top Model 2024 competition, the Head-to-Head Challenge, and the Fitness Challenge 2024. She earned the Miss Tobago title at Making Style Tobago, hosted by Coco Velvet International at the Shore Park Complex on March 3rd. The Golden Lane resident will now compete against 16 other representatives for the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago title on June 23rd at the National Academy for Performing Arts in Port of Spain. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Thank you, Biana, for news there in 90 seconds. And of course, congratulations going out to Miss Ortiz there representing Tobago quite well. You know, every time we hear about good news from anybody from Tobago, we always celebrate and give congratulations. And indeed, a proud moment for us here in Tobago. And we continue to wish her, you know, her very best.
All the
and
best,
full support from all of us here in Tobago Updates Television and the Tobago public at large. Biana, we're heading into the weekend. It's Friday, and of course, we're off on the weekend.
Yes.
What are your plans? I know for me, I will be relaxing and probably doing some house projects around my home. What about you?
Well, I will be relaxing as well too, but I will also go to church tomorrow. There's going to be a choir launch at our church, so I'm going to be there most definitely tomorrow.
Which church is this, Biana?
It's the Bethel SDA Church.
Right. Awesome. Lovely stuff happening there. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do on the weekend also, we do hope that you enjoy and be safe. Yes. Thank you so much, Biana. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head on over now to our birthday shout-outs, And on screen and celebrating a birthday this morning, we celebrate with Sulan Alexander Felix. It is her birthday, and a happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life. We do pray that you enjoy your birthday, enjoy the celebration and all the love that comes with celebrating a birthday. And remember to put God first. Happy birthday to you. The lady who is larger than life itself, this is Jimmy Sylvester. Jimmy is celebrating a birthday today. And Jimmy, we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life. We pray that as you enter the weekend, that the celebrations continue. Yes, that your loved ones celebrate with you. Celebrate God for giving you this new day, this new chapter in your life as you walk in purpose. Happy birthday to you, Jimmy. And we say happy birthday to Mr. Harvey Jack. His birthday is actually tomorrow. He's celebrating tomorrow, so this is happy birthday in advance. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and of course, as you enter into the weekend and this new chapter of your life, we pray that you walk in purpose, that you enjoy love and the celebration that comes with it, and that you just enjoy happy moments with your loved ones. Happy birthday to you. And we send happy birthday blessings going on to June James Abraham, and also anniversary greetings as well. 23 years of wedded bliss to herself and her husband Dexter Abraham, from her children Zayanara and Omar, and granddaughters Daria and Xavier, with all their love. Happy birthday and happy anniversary going out to this lovely couple. And for those of you who are celebrating a birthday today and even over the weekend, we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life. And whatever you do, do enjoy your weekend, enjoy your birthday, and always remember to give God thanks, for He is the one who has sustained us and has given us life. For no man can give life to himself. So remember to put Him first. All right, you might be wondering, who are we speaking with this morning in studio? It's Friday. So, of course, we're going to have conversations this morning with Darren Henry. He is the Assistant Conservator of Forest in the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development. And this morning we're speaking about a public awareness of forestry regulations. And of course, because it's Friday, Mr. Cricket is going to be in studio. Yes, Marcus Daniel. He is our sports host this morning, and he will be bringing you all the information and all the excitement with sports. Of course, you know cricket is happening right now, and so he's sitting at the edge of his seat for every match, I am sure, and he will bring you that information as he comes this morning. So that's what we look like here in studio this morning. We're so happy that you chose us. We're so happy that you always choose us and that you make us #1 morning show here in Trinidad and Tobago. We really do appreciate you. So wherever you're viewing from, whether you're viewing from Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean, the United States, England, wherever you are, whatever continent you are on this morning, viewing on our Facebook live stream, our YouTube live stream, or on Amplier 102, good morning. Thank you so much for choosing us. Thank you so much for making us a part of your morning routine. And we pray as we head into the weekend that you do enjoy your weekend, that you be safe, and that you create memories that will last for a lifetime. Thank you so much for choosing us. Before we start our conversations this morning, we have to go for a short break. And as we go, of course, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
Sun Up Tobago is here. Join us on Saturday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Delta Compound Argyle for an unforgettable summer experience. Enjoy an all-inclusive experience with mouth-watering food, coolers are allowed, and best island vibe. This is a tickets-only event. Get your tickets now at Barco, Lus, and Pablo's Argyle. Don't miss out on the event of the summer. Sun Up Tobago, sponsored by Tobago Updates, B-Mobile, State Solutions, and Thorns Place.
Look at people in here tonight.
The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the Office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Tobago, the date has been set. Saturday, June 22nd, we head to the Jade Monkey once again for the launch of their 2024 Jufi and Mass Band presentation for Tobago Carnival. On Saturday, June 22nd, we gather at the Jade Monkey to get a glimpse of the Jade Monkey Mass presentation for 2024, the Tobago Festival, and also the launch of the Jade Monkey Jufi, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I come from between island.
Get ready for another year of Tobago Carnival with the best band in Tobago, Jade Monkey Mass and the Jade Monkey Jufi. So come out on June 22nd as we launch Monkey See, Monkey Do Jufi, and for Tobago Mass, the Tobago Festival's presentation, brought to you by the Jade Monkey. This one powered by Carib, Digicel, and Next 99.1 FM, a member of the TTT Limited Media Network. Jade Monkey.
Go down in the center. Go down.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It's Friday, 21st June 2024, and I am Adana Kumbi. We begin conversations this morning in studio. We speak with Mr. Darren Henry, Assistant Conservator in the Division in the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development. And this morning we're speaking about, just giving you some guidelines in terms of we are in the rainy season and things might get a little bit windy and heavy rainfalls. And so we're going to speak a little bit as to how to secure your premises, especially those that have trees and the likes. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Han. How are you? And morning to Tobago. As you said, my name is Darren Henry. I'm the Assistant Conservator of Forests in the Department of Natural Resources and Forestry in the Tobago House of Assembly. Right,
and so we're talking about bringing awareness in terms of, because we're in the rainy season. We haven't had much rain thus far, but we do expect to have, speaking with our team and other agencies, we do expect to have a lot of rainfall in this season. Also possibly hurricanes as well, or storms coming our way. And so we want to protect our homes, we want to protect our spaces, especially those who have tall trees and these types of this type of things in their residence, in their premises. So how do we safeguard ourselves? How do we treat with these trees to preserve life, our life, and possibly the lives of the tree, if at all they can be saved?
Yeah, we are presently in the hurricane season. Hurricane season runs basically from the 1st of June to the last day in November every year. And we have noticed that there's an increase in tree issues, tree conflicts with utilities, tree conflicts with neighbors, etc. So we thought it wise to come and educate the populace on some of the tree issues that we are having and how we could go about curbing them. We know that some people may have trees around their homes. We're asking you to monitor your trees. If you could prune your trees to allow air to flow through your trees, because if the trees form a barrier, they can easily top over. You need to ensure that the tree don't overgrow and then create a problem. So we notice that a lot of persons are leaving trees to grow, and when it becomes problematic above the house, then they call us for assistance. Sometimes you go and sometimes the solutions are so challenging to deal with to safeguard property and life. So we need to monitor, we need to be better aware. If you know the tree is growing close to your house, remove it early. Don't let it grow up above the house and then come to us. Or the other thing is, you're going to build a house, cut the tree or get advice on the tree and then build the house. Some people build the house and then come for advice. And some of those will be really, really challenging at times. So once a tree, you could prune your tree and allow wind to flow through, so that wouldn't topple over. But if you don't prune it, then there's a chance it could topple over. And going around in Tobago, we have seen a number of challenges. Sometimes there are abandoned properties next to people's home. You can't find the owner. We just can't go in and cut those trees, etc. So we're calling on the entire community to come together. And if you see a problem happen early, try and treat with it early rather than at the latter stage, which may cause you to do over your property or cause some damage to your life or damage you basically.
Now I'm going to ask you a very challenging question. It's about policy. And I know that sometimes people can be stubborn.
Yeah.
For instance, if I have a tree growing in my yard and it has some sentimental value to me or some historical value, and I refuse to prune, I refuse to, even take one leaf off of that tree because it has some measure of value to me. And so it poses a threat to myself, to my neighbors, to those around, especially when the high winds come, as you say, sometimes they form a barrier. Is there any policy or any regulation or anything that can govern enforcing that this person will have to now trim this tree?
So where I sit from, basically our authority is on state lands. But what we do, we try to use moral suasion to persons, because we are having a number of tree issues with neighbor challenges on the island that has grown exponential. Not too sure. With Tobago, normally a neighbor used to be a neighbor's keeper. You look out for your neighbor house, etc. But things have changed and we are experiencing a number of challenges regarding that particular issue. So one of the challenges that we tend to use moral suasion. If that don't work, we tend to advise persons to go to whether it's the JP, etc., or seek legal redress and those kind of things, because our jurisdiction is really on state property. Once the tree is on state property, then we can determine what to be done with the particular tree. But most of the issues, we tend to treat with our trees on state property. We try our best to, once it creating any kind of problem or nuisance to any member of the public. But the challenge we're having is on trees on private land regarding those type of simple domestic issues, leaves falling in people's yard, fruits chopping, and the person don't want to cut the tree, and it's hamburger. And then there's also the issue of public health could step into, because if it's a public issue with rotten fruits, leaves in guttering, etc. So sometimes we work along with the agencies, TEMA, T&TEC, to try to come to some amicable solution for some of the problems. But those challenges are seriously increasing, and it's something that the whole executive or we could look at together and see how best we could come to solve some of those challenges on the island. They're really increasing on the island.
And so if I have a challenge or someone I know has a challenge with a tree in my yard and I'm not certain, it is pruned, it is, well groomed, but I am not certain if I need to do more pruning. Can I come, do you provide that kind of assessment to advise residents as to how to?
So over the past 10 years or so, we have been trying to build out a private sector in terms of that type of thing, because sometimes based on just on dealing with trees on state land is overwhelming for us. And sometimes we try to build out a private sector because we have sawmillers who are licensed, and we tend to have a list and we will give to members of the public. We try to facilitate as much as possible people who might be physically challenged, or people who, once we have some downtime, people who are the elderly basically, or maybe a church or those kind of institutions, we may tend to facilitate. But we can't do all, we can't do everything. So we try to build out a private sector who will treat to some of the issues on private lands while we focus on state land, because states, we have a lot of things to do on state property. So we can't do everything, but we try. And yes, we could go, and we normally go and give people advice on trees, basically from the forestry department. We do that, members of the public, and give them necessary recommendation for them to take the necessary actions, whether it's through TEMA or even through the private sector.
And, sometimes our trees you mentioned, I think earlier, trees might be humbugging electrical wires and stuff like that. I don't think that you are encouraging anybody to try to prune those trees themselves.
So trees that are close, even we ourselves, trees that are close to electric wires, LV lines or HE lines, we call T&Tech because of the moisture content in trees. The electricity can move from the line into the trees, whether it's like between 8 to 10 feet. So we don't skylark with T&Tech lines at all, and they are the ones to deal with that issue. We don't skylark with that because current can move from the line into the tree and give you a shock. Basically.
That's right. So while you are trying to adhere to the advice and the guidelines coming from the division, do not try to be a superhero. If you need assistance, of course, there are agencies you can reach out to assist you to ensure that you do it the correct way. Remember, the key thing here is to preserve life and then property. Life is more important in this scenario, and in any scenario rather. And so we want to ensure that you do the correct thing. What are some of the key things that you really want people to take away? Because sometimes we take things for granted. We say that God is at Trini and the hurricane might just blow over, nothing might happen. But you must still be prepared in the event something happens.
I'm not professing to be a hurricane expert or anything, but through TEMA, we always have to be ready, prepare property for any such event. But prepare property for any such event, your windows, etc. You stock up with your food, etc. But the thing is we really want to encourage people to treat with the trees around your property at this present time. We still have time, even though we're in the hurricane season. Another issue that we noticed that trending too is that, and I use the word trending, people think that you could just go on state land and cut down a piece of a tree or a vegetation to put up some kind of business or put up a house, and that is increasing on the island too. So we're monitoring that too. And all trees that are on state property, once you cut in trees, there's a warning. On state property without our permission, there's a fine of $20,000 for that. So even people, we're realizing that it's increasing. You will give people, housing may give people lands. And even though you have leased lands, even though the Department of Land Management may issue you a piece of land for agricultural purposes, all the merchantable timber belongs to the state, which is still under the jurisdiction of forestry. So in an event like that, you have your leased land, you want to do some pens, you have to write to us, etc., and then we'll come in and sell you the tree based on the formula that is being used in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's not because land manager will give you the land, the trees belong to you, they will lease you the land, the trees belong to you, basically.
You know, I wish we had more time to talk about this part of it as well, because the public education is very important. As I mentioned, sometimes we take things for granted, and as you said, you lease the land and you think, well, the land is mine, so the tree is also mine. And so, of course, we would love to continue a conversation of this nature to ensure we get the education where this is concerned. But primarily in this season where we're heading into the rainy season and possibly hurricane season, remember, please, to safeguard your property. If you need assistance, there are agencies that you can reach out to. You can start as simple as a division of forestry. They will be able to assist you, they will even give you numbers to contact if the capacity is too much for them, as you mentioned earlier. There are agencies who are working together. Remember, the primary modus operandi here is to preserve lives. So let us adhere to the advice and the guidelines that are being given to us this morning as we prepare to enter into, as we're already in the rainy season, as the rains might become heavier, strong winds, and possibly hurricanes as well. In closing.
Well, I just want to mention a couple of other things. Also, we noticed that there's an increase in littering on the island. There's issues that we have to deal with, and it's not any outsiders that are doing it. It's we Tobagonians, we are doing it. We also have over the past week or two, we have seen an increase in road kills in the opossum along our roads. I've counted about 6 dead on the road. People are just mashing them. Some are accidental, but we have a very high number of road kills for both domestic animals like dogs and wildlife. Iguanas, people mashing iguanas. But recently, in the last week and a half, a lot of opossum or manicure. You notice that along the road. So folks, if you could avoid them as best as possible. Manicures, they do some environmental sanitation work for us also. That's right. That is whole part of the system. They eat the carrion of other dead animals. They help to sanitize the environment. Everybody, or each animal and or human being, we have our role and function to play to keep the environment in equilibrium for us to function properly. And one more thing before I close, we also noticed that we're not trying to handbug or impede any persons from doing businesses, but you have to, if you start something wrong, you cannot end up right. We noticed that there's a proliferation of ATVs, etc. But the challenge we have is that they're riding it on beaches that basically have persons there, and also now is the turtle nesting season, and we don't want to allow that they're riding ATVs, especially in the Boca area, along the beach, disrupting sea bathers, and that is a nesting beach for green and hawksbill turtle. So we are proposing that probably during the nesting season, from whether it's March to August, main nesting season, that there'll be no riding on the beach. So probably we had to really meet with all the stakeholders and come up with a suggestion for you. We're not trying to cut out any business or anything, but you have to do it properly in terms of sustainability of the whole environment and ecosystem. That's right.
At the end of the day, we want to preserve our natural resources and, as you said, our ecosystems as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Mr. Darren Henry, Assistant Conservator in the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, as we speak about preparing for the hurricane season, as well as information in terms of how we preserve our natural resources. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations this morning. And when we come back with Mr. Cricket, our sports host this morning, as he takes you through all the things happening, sports related, not just in Tobago, but things that are being celebrated all over the world. Yes, because he's our sports enthusiast. I am taking my leave this morning, but before I go, of course, I want to tell you, enjoy your weekend. Whatever you're doing, be safe, enjoy, create memories with your loved ones, your friends, and those who are around you. We're going to go for a short break right now, and as you go for a break, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live.
can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens is coming down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road is a miracle.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries, special 100 TT. Soup Saturday, 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoke bone, special $150. Super Sunday, 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta, special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
No place like home, home, home.
Oh, I love Tobago, baby.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of bacchanal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. We with all my friends and them. No place like home, home, home. We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. Freedom in with DNA.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Tobago Update Television. It's Friday 21st June, and we are now into the sporting segment. I want to say thank you guys so much for choosing Tobago Update Television as we bring you all the information, whether it's hard news and, of course, sport. And, of course, this morning we are here talking sport once again. We are joined on set by the rising superstar Phoenix, and we have Mr. Kern Tom and it's Jafari, right? Jafari Shaw on set, and we are talking about their recent success at the National Track and Field Juvenile Championships, right?
Yeah.
Juvenile Championships. They should rename it RSS Phoenix Championships when it comes to the juveniles, because I'm told that you guys, this is what, the second consecutive year?
Third consecutive.
Third consecutive year. Has it ever been held in Tobago where you all won?
No.
So all have been in Trinidad.
Yeah.
So I hope that you guys are lobbying to have it in Tobago this time, next year. Because I mean, 3 years, you get done and beating them right through.
We will try.
Them teams might not want to show up next year again.
Nah.
In that sense. But congratulations to you guys, and of course, thank you for being here this morning. Mr. You are a shot putter?
Yes.
Can I just pick out that in a way? You know? But viewers, RSS Phoenix, they have been tremendous, and to go to Trinidad, as you guys know, every time we have a Tobago team going to Trinidad, be it football, cricket, whatever it is, and we are successful, it is worth celebrating and of course mentioning. So we have the guys this morning to talk us through the success of the RSS Phoenix. We can start off by telling me how many medals you won and where did you all end in terms of points.
Yeah. So we ended with 48 medals, and that took us to first place with 663 points.
Wow. And what was the second place? How many points second place?
Second place was Cougars from Trinidad. They had 438 points.
So in terms of the 48 medals you won, can you just give a breakdown as gold, silver, and bronze?
We had 12 gold, 18 silver, and 18 bronze.
Yeah. So in terms of, because you mentioned this is the third consecutive year you have won, is there an improvement? How in compare the medals this year to last year?
The medal was 40 something last year also.
Yeah.
So, but we had more points this year. We had more athletes participating, and even though you're not in the top 3, sometimes you still gain points.
Right. So how does the points
top
work?
8?
Top 8, right?
Yeah.
And you get like
in
what?
Each event.
In each event.
Yeah. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In
All right.
terms of the points.
So you get 10 for first. You got an 8 for second, 6. And 6 for third, and so forth. And you would have had plenty placing.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys had the biggest contingent at the meet.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of how many?
We had 81 athletes traveling to Trinidad.
81 athletes.
Yeah.
That's on Caribbean Airlines or on the boat?
On the boat.
So in terms of logistics, so how you manage 81 athletes in total? And I'm sure you'd have had athletes who were under 8 and under 9 as well.
Yeah.
So give the viewers a breakdown. I'm going to come to the coaching in a bit. But in terms of putting together a team or a contingent of 81, that must have been a logistical nightmare for you.
The logistics is crazy, but we have Coach Carissa Douglas, who you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Dealing with most of the accommodation, logistics,
Wow.
and ticketing and stuff like that. But our parents are so supportive that we had a lot of parents going on the trip. So you had parents staying separate, and you had parents staying with family, and some of the children staying with family. And then those staying with the group. So, but we had the majority staying with the group. So those who stayed with family or with their parents separate, that helped out a lot. But the logistics for Maxi, everything, you don't have any transport in Trinidad. So, and then you have to do your head count to make sure you don't lose anybody. So, I mean, we are accustomed to it by now because every time you go to the national championship, most times it's in Trinidad. So we are accustomed.
But in terms of funding, because obviously to get 81 on the boat, that's like, well, I think the children price is different to the adults in terms of, I think it's $50, $75 one way and $150 return for adults. But in terms of funding, because obviously, I mean, Rising Superstars, Jay-Z, you have to get probably refreshments as well, accommodation, ground transportation, the fare to travel between islands on the boat, meals.
Yeah.
Who funds all of that?
So we have the parents doing a lot of the funding, and we also have some sponsors coming in, donations, drinks and so forth. So everything that it helps out to cover the full cost, because we have many athletes that may not be able to afford a trip to Trinidad. So the club has to find ways to get the cost covered for the rest of children that probably cannot afford the full course or anything at all.
Yeah.
And many times those who are most talented, many times on this island and other islands, they come from difficult situations. So no matter the situation you come from, RSS Phoenix is always there to help.
Yeah, fantastic. And in terms of your top performers and performances on the day, so you had the names down there, of course, and it's always good to highlight when the athletes are doing good. So I'm not sure if you could always highlight some of the.
Too much to call. We have 2 on the set. We have Mr. Jafari Shah, who is here with me this morning. He's in his school clothes from Roxbury Secondary School, under 15 shot putter, and he won the gold medal in the shot put by a good distance. And what it means is that Jafari also he took part in the under 17 shot put at the Falcon Games, right? Because they didn't have under 15 shot put at that event, so he competed with a heavier shot, which was the 5 kg, and also participated against bigger boys, and he won that event. So currently he's ranked number 1 in not only under 15 but in under 17
as well.
right? So for him, I had a lengthy discussion with NAAATT, as a national association, to have him be accepted to participate at the junior championships next week. So because if you have such talent, you had to look for ways to keep on pushing them and giving them better competition. We have a lot of athletes to mention, you know, the Gloria Henrys, Nashikwa Samuel, Adriana Fowler, but the beautiful thing about it for me is that we had a lot of athletes coming into the program within the last 3 to 4 months that did extremely well in Trinidad. Some of them won gold medals, like Kyron Moore in the shot put under 13, Jemiah Nora in the high jump under 11, Dwayne Nichols in the high jump under 11 boys, Amaya Blackman, ball throw girls under 9, Kyle and George, ball throw under 9, and Adriana Fowler, long jump, Kimani Phillips, high jump, Nashikwa.
And those athletes would have won
just the gold medals.
Okay.
I call out because you can't call everybody.
But I'm sure that they'll appreciate that you mentioned their name this morning. And I want to get to a young, they have a unique name, just
Jafari.
That's the Jafari. Jafari, so you are a national champion at the juvenile level, and you attend Roxborough Secondary School. I mean, just talk me through that gold medal performance. I mean, were you in terms of, were you nervous on the day, and how you got around to winning the gold?
Well, it wasn't that. I wasn't that scared because once I pray and I have to go out for strength, I will come through and win. So it was really normal for me to win. And I know I could do better, but even though I come out first, I like what I do.
So you mentioned that you could have done better, right? What you felt you did wrong that you couldn't have actually did your best?
Put more effort.
So you could have actually threw the ball further. So how got you involved in shot put? Why not probably discus or javelin? But why shot put for you?
Well, I do all three.
You do all three?
Yeah, but I more want to focus on the shot put.
You more want to focus. Any particular reason?
Because that is where there's winning.
Okay. So how does it feel to know that you are going to be representing RSS Phoenix, your school, yourself, your family, come next week at the national junior championships, right? Yeah. How does that feel for you?
I feel very excited.
You feel excited?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go down there and win gold again?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And outside of young Jafari, any other athletes from your club will be participating there?
We have 4 of the long distance girls from the juvenile program that gonna be trying their hand against the juniors. So that's Nashikwa, Gloria, Serenity Nancis, and Kenya Mio. I think you should be familiar with Kenya Mio.
Yes, Kenya.
Victress Ludorum at the primary school games.
Outstanding athlete.
And we also had Kellan Potts, who was the Victor Ludorum for the primary school games. So he won the shot put, discus, and the javelin.
And you also had some athletes that would have represented the country at character games.
For sure.
Who were the athletes?
So we had 3 athletes this year from the club at the character games. Mr. Sheslon Gordon, Natalia Eastman for her second time, and Darius Moore.
And Darius Moore.
In the multi-events.
And are they going to be making representation at the national junior?
Yeah, all of them are going to be at the junior championships.
Fantastic. And Killen, from since the inception to now, and having all these successes, whether it's national or even local, how has that changed the club? And of course, the school as well, because I'm sure that you would have adopted Roxborough Secondary as a school where you're trying to get nursery to get at least coming through.
Well, we have athletes from all secondary schools in Tobago, even Harmons SDA. We have athletes from Harmons as well. So it's from inception to now, it's been a huge progress. We have only been in existence for 7 years, right? 2017 we started. So to win national champions back-to-back for 3 years, 2022, 2023, 2024, is a step in the right direction, but winning is not everything. Like winning these championships is not everything. The goal is really to get persons like Jafari here, Gloria, and other persons, other athletes to really excel and reach their full potential. And that's something that I think a lot of discussions need to take place on the island in terms of what is the step or how do we help clubs to nurture these athletes to become Olympians. And I think that's the missing part in Tobago that we're not discussing.
Yeah, and is there a functioning body, just like we have Tobago Cricket Association, Tobago Football Association, in terms of track and field? Because you mentioned support. Track and field in Tobago, where is that now in terms of that body?
Well, the track and field, we had the Tobago Athletic Committee that has not been in existence or not been functioning for, I think, about 3 years now. And that puts a huge challenge to all clubs on the island, because it means that we have not been able to access certain types of funding from government or from THA. And yeah, that's, for example, we haven't been able to travel to Trinidad much this season outside of the juvenile championship. So we only attended the Carifta trials with about 9 athletes, and we went to one other event with about 3 athletes. So we have not been able to travel as frequent as prior to all these challenges with the Tobago Athletic Committee. So that's another thing that needs to fix.
Well, yeah. So I'm guessing that the clubs on the island, they are lobbying for that association to really get the house in order. I mean, which will obviously redound to the benefit of all the clubs. Yeah. And in terms of the RSS Phoenix Club, I read, what makes you guys the club that everyone wants to be in?
I'm not sure we are the club everyone wants to be in.
Well, you had the biggest contingent in Trinidad.
But what makes it so different and so special is that I think it starts with our coaches. Carissa Douglas, Orlin Lincoln. We have Carly Bristol, who came through our program. He's now a coach. And we have 4 other coaches, Malik, Joel, Murray, Daniel Murray, and we had another coach that came through our program, Ashante James. So I think it's just that persons that came through the club from a younger age that are willing to give back and learn, and they have been learning, and they want to be coaches now. So we have more coaches coming on board, but our main 3 coaches are PE teachers, are physical education teachers. So it means that we went through 4 years studying the human anatomy, the body, performance, fitness, and I think that's the start of the whole thing. And Orlin Lincoln, she's at Signal Hill Secondary School. Carissa Douglas, she's at Roxborough Secondary with us. So I think that's the foundation for the success of the club, having that understanding and then doing the coaching courses and continuously educating yourself, because we don't know everything. It's learning is continuous, and we want to learn more, because in order to have elite athletes or to create them into elite athletes, you have to do extra stuff. You have to continuously be learning and progressing.
Fantastic. I mean, and how far do you see yourself going in this sport, young Jafari?
I want to make Carifta next year, and then when I reach bigger, I want to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, and in terms of training, how often do you train?
Well, every time I training except Saturdays.
Saturdays, so you train throughout the week.
Yeah.
And I wanted to send a message to other young, because I often ask this question, or ask my guests, especially those your age, to send a message to other young men like you who who are deviant and not really focus on things positive. I want you to send a message to them, tell them about participation in sport and how successful you have been and how has it changed your life.
Sports changed my life because not always. When I was in primary school, I used to play cricket, but when I was secondary school, I don't really like the sport. So it really helped me to understand and have discipline.
Yeah. So that's what we want to tell the other young men. Have discipline and they're going to reach far. Fantastic. We're going to take a short break. We have some others from the RSS Phoenix coming to celebrate in their success. But you guys are doing really good work. And to all the parents and coaches that that are supporting the club, I wanted to say thank you to them, because we do need that support, not just the coaches, but the community itself and the parents coming on board and assisting, because to get 81 students, I mean, just recently we had some going on for track and field championships.
Primary school.
And trust me, I can tell you about the challenges there, so I know of the headaches. But it's all, it comes good and feels good when you have the success as well. And just seeing all the hard work that you put in coaching, they have the success.
So I just want to make a final shout out to the parents of the club, RSS Phoenix. Thank you all for everything that you all are doing. You all have been a tremendous support, whether fundraising, whether our nutrition program. So yeah, I want to big up the parents.
Yeah, fantastic. Any final word for you, Jafari? You want to shout out to your parents?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my mommy.
Yeah.
I'm my auntie, I'm my grandmother.
And what about your partners in school? You have partners in school too?
Yeah. I want to shout out to Jalen Bruce.
Yeah.
And Kellen Potts.
Right. Fantastic. Congratulations again. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Right, guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with more from the RSS Phoenix team. Don't go away. Continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi guys, welcome back, and of course we are continuing the conversation with the rising superstar Phoenix, talking about their success at the National Juvenile Championships. And joining me on set now, Coach Lincoln and the very dynamic Gloria Henry. Good morning to you guys. Good morning, fantastic. So we just continue the conversation about the success that you guys would have had in Trinidad. And Ms. Lincoln, you are coach, and we have Gloria Henry who would have won multiple medals, right? So Gloria, tell me about the medals you won. What events you won? Don't be shy because I know you're a rare chat, you know. Don't let me tell them about your chat, you know. Right, tell me.
I did 300 hurdles, 400, and then another 300 hurdles without the finals.
Right.
And then 60-meter hurdles, and then the finals, and then high jump, and ball shooting.
Right. In which age group you competed in?
Under 13.
Under 13. And which was the best one for you? Which was the best event for you?
High jump.
High jump. So that's your pet event? I taught you. You take a break? Well, you're going to take a short break and come back.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Coconut Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey guys, welcome back, and of course, thank you so much for staying with us. Never a dull moment on set here, but of course, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned as we continue the discussion with rising superstar Phoenix. And I was just about getting into Gloria's performance at the National Juvenile Championships. Obviously, Gloria won like 4 medals, Gloria, right? 4 medals you won. You won 4 medals. 5 medals. Wow, I'm robbing you for a medal. You know, so the 5 medals you won. Let's repeat that for me.
I did 300 hurdles,
Mm-hmm.
and then the finals, and then 60-meter hurdles, then that finals,
Mm-hmm.
then 400,
Mhm.
and then that finals,
Wow.
and then high jump, and then ball through.
Where you got the energy from to compete in all those events?
From training.
Uh-huh. Oh, and you competed in the under 13 category, right?
Yes.
And you said that the high jump, that's your best event?
Yes.
It was a pet event. What about the high jump you like?
Everything.
You like everything about the high jump?
Yes.
Is there a particular high jumper that you like, or you follow, or you want to be? You just want to be Gloria Henry?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Gloria, and you are involved in so many other different sports. I mean, I saw you last year scoring the goal of the century. And in fact, it made national news, national play of the day. Football, you're playing cricket, and now you're into track and field. Are you at that stage where you're thinking, I want to focus on track and field only? You're not at that stage?
Well, yes, on that stage.
You're on that stage? So you're forgetting about football and cricket?
For now.
For now. Coach Lincoln, you must be proud of Gloria.
Of course I am. I'm actually proud of all my little athletes, those who would have won medals, those who would not have won medals. I'm proud of all of them. The performance in Trinidad, I mean, a lot of them were new to the stage, and some were a bit jittery, but of course it had members like Gloria and Nashikwa who are accustomed, and they really took them along, they really helped them along. So that was really good for me to have her and others by our side as we went down.
That's fantastic. And what were the age groups that you guys competed in?
We competed in all the age groups under juvenile, so that's under 11, under 13, under 15.
Right. And I mean, 3 years in a row. That speaks to something.
Yes.
What has been the key to success for RSS Phoenix?
Staying focused, just staying focused. Now, one thing that we tell our athletes is that, of course, when you are ahead, the target is on your back.
Yeah.
So then when you win, it just means that you have to put in the work to stay on top.
Yeah.
And that is what we have been focusing on, just putting in the work and training. As she said, you asked her where she got her energy. We train our athletes towards this. One thing that we like to think is that when they go outside, it's the same type of training and even harder that they have to experience out there. So we try to give them that experience here one time to have them train for the multiple events. And if you look at all our athletes, none of them were tired at the end of the day.
Wow.
On her second day, she only had one event along with her relay, and she was bored. I saw her sitting with her chin propped up. What's going on with you? I bored. So our athletes are very energized. We train them that way. So when they go out there, blaze the track.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, any of the athletes achieve like a personal best time or best times or
now,
distances?
the person to ask that is Mr. Kunto. He's the one with all the logistics.
but
we had persons breaking their personal best.
Yeah.
She was one who broke her personal best for high jump.
Right.
I don't know how come she come and fall in love with high jump, but her mom actually tells me that she just be home practicing on the bed to go over the bar and stuff. I don't know how come she fall in love with high jump, but yes, but she height.
Yeah, and then come and say that's the best event.
Well, if that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. But how do you guys prepare the team to perform at such a high level? I mean, outside of just coaching the basics, there must be gymming involved there, nutrition and all these different things.
Of course. So we have a nutritional program. It was started. We have a committee. Our parents, listen, we need to shout out our parents so much because they are so involved. Our nutritional program. So after every training, they actually get a little sandwich or a punch or something. So just to energize the children after they would have trainer. I don't want to go into all the nutritional facts and so forth, but if you do the nutritional stuff, you'll know that that's very good for them, right? Besides that, of course, we do our gym and our strength work on the off season, our pre-season. We really take those things seriously. We don't ever encourage our children to take that long break. So even now, as juveniles has finished, we still are training a little bit, and we're just keeping them active. Track and field, I cannot stop. Fitness does not, you can't store it. Yeah. So therefore, we need to keep going. If you want to be the best, you gotta keep going.
I like that. You can't store fitness. I just try to store my anyhow. I ain't gonna let that too. But do you guys have like a gym? Or you have like equipment that you would have purchased?
We have equipment. Sometimes it's very hard because Mr. Tom has to take out his teeth out of his bus and tote it all to the stadium and we'll do our work there, or sometimes we'll go at his house and we'll do some training there. We have the equipment. We don't quite have the space, but we have some equipment that we use.
Yeah, and in all the positives, right, there must be challenges. I mean, what are some of the challenges that you will hope that you get the community support and public sponsors to get on board and support to get rid of those challenges?
I mean, yes, there are some challenges. For example, funding. That's one of the major challenges that we face as a club. I don't want to get too much into that because that's another story. But that is one of our challenges.
Yeah, and what about your role as a coach? I mean, your challenge as a coach to get these athletes focused.
Well, dealing with the younger group, it just instilled from them from the time they come in. You will find if you come and watch my training session, it goes a particular way. They know when they get there is to warm up, and the challenge is just be to get them to that point so that they know that, all right, this is the steps that I need to take. Warm up, then the coach will come in, give you the workouts. Even after we are finished, after we cool down, you will see everybody run to me because they know we're going to say a word of prayer. I just try to instill, of course I want God in everything that I do. I just try to instill some order in their lives.
That's fantastic. And of course, it's a track and field club. So you guys have like different coaches for different events?
Yes, we do.
Right.
So there's myself, I'm the juveniles coach, which means I dabble in everything. Yes, I dabble in everything. However, there's of course Coach Carissa, who is our long distance specialist as well as our jumps specialist. Coach Tom, who is our sprint specialist. We have Coach Murray and Coach Kalai, who are throw specialists. We have two junior coaches as well. That's Coach Jewel and Coach Malik. They actually help me out a lot in the juveniles category because if you can see, we have a lot of juveniles. And that's not even half of it. Right? There are a lot of younger ones who just came in and stuff who did not get to participate. But they do help me out a lot in that category. So yeah.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, where are you guys at in terms of numbers?
Ooh, Coach Tom.
But it's probably well over 100.
Yeah, well over 100.
Yeah. So Gloria, how have you been enjoying your time at RSS Phoenix?
It's been rough.
Yeah.
But good at the same time.
Good at the same time.
Yeah.
Take me to a training session for you. You get there and what? You warm up and what events you do on a regular training day?
Mostly, sometimes on a Tuesday, sometimes sprints.
Right.
And then on a Tuesday, I might do some long distance, then sprints.
Right.
But on a Saturday, I just do high jump and then some sprints.
Yeah. And where are you guys based?
Right now we're at the Dwight York Stadium.
Oh, Dwight.
That's where we train.
Okay.
Some days, we'll head to the gym. Some days we'll do a little beach training. But right now, base is Dwight York Stadium.
Yeah. And you attend which school you attend?
Signal Hill Government Primary School.
Signal Hill Government Primary School. And in case anyone watching this interview and they may want to be a part of this club, how can they get in touch with you guys and sign up?
All right, so all our handles, all our social medias, you can reach out to RSS Phoenix on all social medias. That's Rising Superstar Phoenix. Just send us some message and you'll get a response.
and Gloria, I mean, Signal Hill Primary School, you are in primary school and you are doing wonderful things for yourself, your family, and the school. I mean, you could have done all bad things as some young people are doing in the country right now. Why have you chosen to do track and field or sport? Why did you choose sport?
Same thing on your jersey.
I choose sport. What? Gloria, you want to host the interview? He's a boss. That's what I'm talking about. you chose sport, and it has been going good for you. Yes. So you want to tell the people them to choose sport. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, one for the future. I was hoping it's cricket. I was hoping it's cricket there because she made it to Tobago primary school's cricket team. Yeah, and she did really good there and outstanding footballer. But the fact remains that she chose sport and she's doing good. She's doing good, and I must commend you, Coach Lincoln, and the team. And I saw Carissa, she's off to Colombia. Yes, she's off to Colombia, so she's a busy one.
We are multi-talented.
yes. And Tobago says thank you to you.
Yes.
Right, and continue to lead in the right direction where the young people are concerned. So guys, we've been chatting with Rising Superstar Phoenix on their recent success at the National Juvenile Championships. And of course, all the success that they would have had this year had carried to athletes and participated in different local meets. And it's really good to have parents and coaches giving back to the different communities, because I saw you guys don't get paid for this, right? You don't get paid. It's a labor of love. A labor of love. And continue choosing sport.
Of course.
Continue choosing sport.
Course.
Right? We've been chatting with RSS Phoenix. I'm going to show you guys over to Good Morning Tobago. And I'm going to get it right this time with Natalie. Natalie is going to come up right after the break. But guys, don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I am truly honored and so very pleased to be here in Tobago. This office here in Tobago marks a momentous milestone in the ongoing efforts of the Procurement Board, the management and the staff of the OPR to ensure that we fulfill the tremendous responsibility that has been entrusted to us, that of ensuring the integrity of public procurement activities and ultimately securing the public interests.
To better serve the island of Tobago, an Office of Procurement Regulation is here, up and running. One might ask, what's the importance of having this office? Having a well-regulated procurement system helps to promote fair competition among suppliers and contractors.
And what this building will represent for us in Tobago will be essentially a facility where central government services that ought to be delivered or performed in Tobago are housed under one roof so that Tobagonians will have easier access to these services.
In the ensuing months, technical teams from Port of Spain will be assigned on a periodic basis to support the operations of the Tobago office in the execution of a planned program of capacity building and technical assistance activities. So I would urge all the divisions of the THE to grasp these opportunities.
The OPR office is located in Crown Point at the Coliseum building.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniont.com or any one of our branches for further information.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens has come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle. A million strong come together.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun.
Good morning, viewers, and thank you for staying with us this morning. You are viewing GMT Good Morning Tobago, and it's always a pleasure to be here. I am Natalie Seeley Richardson. I'm getting ready to do the news in 90 seconds.
News in 90 seconds is brought to you by Standards, never beaten on quality and prices.
This year's Tobago Heritage Festival, participating groups must manage their logistics and infrastructure with a $200,000 sponsorship from the Tobago Festivals Commission. Leader of the Innovative Democratic Alliance, Dr. Denise Soyafat-Angus, stressed the need for initial funding to help groups start preparations. She noted past support from community development officers and emphasized the importance of upfront financial resources. Criticizing delayed payments for cultural activities for the year 2022 to 2023, she called it poor leadership and management. Soyafat-Angus advocated for a collaborative approach to understand and meet the group's needs effectively. Leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke, has accused the mishandling or misuse of the refurbished Mantle Lodge in Speyside. Despite the keys to the hotel being handed over to the Tobago House of Assembly in February 2023, a management operator has not been selected. Duke, at a press conference, urged Chief Secretary Fali Augustine to address the issue and the $32 million spent on the Mantle Lodge in the upcoming budget presentation. Duke criticized the Augustine administration, labeling Tobago an island of lost dreams, and advocated for community-run cooperatives to manage such projects for mutual benefit. Miss Tobago 2024, Renessa Ortiz, excelled in 3 pre-pageant challenges for Miss World Trinidad and Tobago. Ortiz placed in the top 3 for the Top Model 2024 competition, the Head-to-Head Challenge, and the Fitness Challenge 2024. She earned the Miss Tobago 2024 title at Macon Style Tobago, hosted by Coco Velvet International at the Shore Park Complex on March 3rd earlier this year. The Golden Lane resident will now compete against 16 other representatives for the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago title on June 23rd at the National Academy for the Performing Arts in Port of Spain. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying with us. And we are getting right into our conversations this morning. Our first guest in studio with me this morning is Professor Deverell Capps, Dean and Professor of Law at Leeds Beckett University. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much indeed. It's lovely to be here.
And of course, this university is located in England. And I must ask you, is this the first time you're here on the beautiful island of Tobago?
It is. It's the first time I've been here, but it won't be the last. It's an absolutely beautiful place.
Yes.
I arrived last night, came in when it was dark, and then I woke up this morning and I saw the sea, and my word, it is absolutely beautiful.
Right. Beautiful indeed. And I'm so happy to hear of your intention to visit. I mean, when you touch down on this island, you must return again.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to that already.
So let's get right into it and talk a little bit about you being professor and, of course, dean at the law faculty at the Leeds Beckett University. First, tell us a little about Leeds Beckett University.
So Leeds Beckett University has been in existence really for 200 years. Its founding colleges were first started in 1824, and so it is 200 years since that started. Leeds Law School, which is part of the university, has been going since 1924.
Right.
So this year, 2024, is a double celebration. It's a celebration of 200 years of the university and 100 years of teaching law as well. So it's a really exciting time for us. We're situated in England. We're situated in a place called Yorkshire, which is about 2.5 hours from London, north of London. It's the home of Leeds United Football Club. It's also the home of Yorkshire Cricket as well. And Headingley Cricket Ground is in Leeds as well. So it's a really nice place to come to. So if anybody does want a holiday in the UK, Leeds is a good place to come to.
All right. That's a nice promo there. And why are you here in Trinidad and Tobago? I know that the university has a partnership with AJ Academic Agency. Tell us a little about that partnership and how it came about.
So it came about 2 years ago. It was a personal recommendation from one of my ex-students from a few years ago. The academic agency based in Trinidad, it's a specialist agency dealing with mainly legal education, which is why we have that particular relationship. It does other areas of education as well, but I'm here to help support students who would like to be attorneys in Trinidad and Tobago, and to help them qualify through something called the legal practice course back in the UK, and then qualify as attorneys here in Trinidad and Tobago. So our legal practice course is an online course, which means you can study here in the region without having to come to the United Kingdom.
Right, and you can complete the entire degree program online?
You can indeed. So the whole year, it's a year-long program. It requires individuals to have a law degree before they come onto that program.
Okay.
But it's a 1 year program delivered online, and we will give you everything that you need to pass that qualification.
What challenges do you think, or maybe what you would have seen as professor in terms of your students who are actually in the classroom versus those who are remotely and doing it online?
I suppose one of the main difficulties is that sense of community. It's trying to make sure that individuals aren't feeling as though they're studying from their home and they're in their sitting room and they're just in front of a computer, and so that's individuals are brought together, and also given the number of students who will be studying with us online here in Trinidad and Tobago, we will be sending academics from Leeds to Trinidad to be able to run classes a couple of times a year, just to make sure that everybody can come together and know each other as well. So that's a really important thing, I think.
And have you found that the intake from Trinidad and Tobago in this program, is it a large number? And what about the rest of the Caribbean?
So I've been recruiting students from the Caribbean for probably about 15 years.
Okay.
I have taught students from around the area, the Bahamas, from Jamaica, Grenada, from Trinidad and Tobago. I've taught many students. It was lovely for me to come to this region anyway, because I got to meet one of my former students who is now the Minister of Tourism here at Trinidad and Tobago. So that's really exciting. So a big shout out to you, Randall. Thank you for making me feel so very welcome.
Excellent. Where do we think of law? Just for maybe we may have a young viewer who's listening and may not have made their mind up, or maybe thinking about studying law. What advice can you share, and why come to Leeds, Beckett?
So being a lawyer, it's an important job. It's not just about the money. Of course, it's about making sure that you are helping individuals to do the best that they possibly can, and to make sure that you're protecting the interest of justice and fearlessly protecting the individual and the client themselves. It's an important job. It's one that gives a huge amount of self-value, but it's a long road, and it's a difficult road. It's not an easy job. They're not easy qualifications to pass, but nothing in this life is easy, and sometimes the hardest battles taste the sweetest once they're done. So it's a really wonderful, rewarding career, and I would recommend law to everybody.
Right. And I just want you to share a little bit about yourself, because obviously as Dean and Professor in the Faculty of Law, you are a lawyer. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe your journey and some of the committees you currently sit on?
So, crikey, well, I've been in education now for something like 30 years. My specialism is really training barristers back in the United Kingdom. And I was working out the other day that I've been training barristers for over half of my life.
Wow.
This tie I'm wearing today, it's a barrister's tie. It shows that I'm a member of one of the four Inns of Court back in the United Kingdom called Inner Temple. Okay. In those 30 years, I have sat on the steering panel of the Legal Education and Training Review, which is the largest review of legal education ever. And I've also been part of the Future Bar Training Programme to help develop and change the way that barristers are taught back in the UK. So in 2020, I was part of the very small core team that helped to deliver the new curriculum and assessment strategy for everybody who was training to be a barrister in the United Kingdom. So really exciting times. I have had a wonderful time teaching students, and it really does lift my spirits to see them start, to train them, to help them succeed, and then see them graduate at the end. It's a real delight.
Right. And when you use it in barrister versus attorney, is there a difference, or is it just a matter of the name being different because one might be British, one might be American?
Okay, so attorneys are a term that's used here regularly, of course, in Trinidad, and used throughout the world as well. In England and Wales, we have a slight difference. So we have solicitors and we have barristers. We also have legal executives as well, but mainly the two main professions are solicitors and barristers, but they do effectively the same role as an attorney. So they're broadly the same, but just a slightly different label.
Right. I want us to go back to the AJ Academic Agency because I know there was an open forum in which you spoke on Wednesday. That was the 19th of June of this week. How do the agency and you work together in terms of recruiting students?
So AJ Academic Agency are our exclusive partners here in Trinidad and Tobago and the wider region as well. Every student who comes to us from the Caribbean, the best advice I can give them is to go via the AJ Academic Agency, which is run by a wonderful person called Vanassi, and she is the individual who will then help guide people with their application, make sure that everything in the application is as accurate and as correct as it can be, to streamline the admissions process, to make sure that when they apply, they get an offer as quickly as they possibly can. So it's a really good relationship that we've got with AJ Academic Agency, and if anybody is interested in studying law in the UK, I would really recommend them to anybody.
Right, so they provide that support that would walk that student right through, because I know it's important to have your application in order if you do want to be accepted.
Absolutely, and they will support individuals who are applying every step of the way.
Yeah. And it can be tedious and, intimidating sometimes when you see the requirements or the documentations you have to get, especially if you are applying as an international student. So it's good to know that there is someone out there who can help walk you through that process. Let's talk about the support system in place for student admission and enrollment. at the university?
So we have a specialist team that deal with admissions, and they will work very closely with AJ Academic Agency. Once those admissions processes are sorted, then the individual will then be moving forward to the enrolment process, which is then handled within the law school. Right. And we have a team of experts who will then make sure that individuals are onboarded onto our programs and enrolled. And then the teaching starts, and then the exams come, and then they pass the exams, and then we get to the wonderful time of graduation, when individuals, whether they study here or over in the UK, are able then to come to visit us in Leeds and walk across the stage and collect their scroll, which is a really exciting time.
It is, definitely. Now, of course, there are other universities offering law degrees, law programs. What makes the University Leeds, Beckett University stand out? Why should persons considering doing law choose this university?
So I would say there are a large number of institutions in the UK, all of whom will be delighted to have applications from individuals from Trinidad and Tobago. But what makes us stand out, I would say, the quality of the student experience. You are deemed to be individuals and consumers. You are a name, not a number, and I think that's probably a very important thing.
Right.
But if you're looking at the quality of the teaching that you get, that is something where I do feel that we stand out. We have individuals who are trained lawyers. They are also trained teachers, they are also research active, and they are also internationally acclaimed in their field. So most recently, in fact, only yesterday, one of the academics that I work with, who's a law of technology, a law professor of law and technology, she was presenting to the United Nations Security Council yesterday, talking about the dangers of cyber security and what we need to look out. So we're working with top people in their field, and that's really exciting.
And looking at your program, what are some of the areas on your curriculum that the program focuses on? So
the legal practice course, which is the course which is probably the most interest to individuals who want to become attorneys, that focuses on the knowledge and the skills in order to become a lawyer. So we have subjects, for example, like business law and practice. We have subjects like property law and practice, and those are the knowledge-based subjects. But we also have the skills that we train people in how to actually be a lawyer. So, for example, we'll help train individuals to be an advocate, which means they can stand up in court and present arguments to the judge and maybe to the jury as well. We will teach individuals how to have an interview and hold an interview with their client so they can ask the relevant questions to get the important information to then give the individual the advice that they need. So it's a vocational course which helps train the best lawyers that you can be.
Excellent. And of course, when we talk about the law program, no pun intended, there are a lot of letters. So whether it's LLC, whether it's LLM, GDL, walk us through, some of the meanings of these letters.
Okay, so
and the programs they represent.
Well, I suppose you would start with the undergraduate courses. So you have an LLB, which is a Bachelor of Laws. You can then have a Master of Laws, which is an LLM.
Right.
That particular course is quite a wide course, but it tends to show that there's some area of specialism. And our LPC course, our legal practice course, is available as an LLM or also as what's called a postgraduate diploma. But then, of course, broader than that, and Leeds Beckett also offer Masters of Philosophy, Doctor of Philosophy, which is a PhD, and various other programs as well. So we are a broad, full-service law school. We offer a full range of undergraduate, postgraduate, and professional courses. But the key ones really for here for Trinidad are LLB, which is Bachelor of Laws, and then we have LLM, which is Master of Laws as well. But those particular courses are the key ones, and they're the ones that I feel that most individuals here should really be targeting their energies towards.
Right, and you mentioned one of the programs for 1 year. Which one is that you were referring to?
So the 1 year program that we have, the main one which I've come over to support Trinidad students with, is the legal practice course, and that is the course that will then train individuals to become a lawyer in the UK, and also it will allow them entry to becoming an attorney here in Trinidad and Tobago as well. So it's those particular, that's the course that I'm really here, that's the course that I'm promoting. But we are, as I say, a big university. We have 22,000 students, and so we have a broad range of courses that are available to people.
Right, and of course, to our viewers who are listening, although we are talking about law with the professor this morning, there are various schools at the university, so maybe your interest might be tourism, education. You know, it's a full-fledged university. They know what they're about, and you can, of course, do your exploring. But this morning, we are talking about the law department and the partnership that exists between Leeds, Beckett University, and the AJ Academy Agency. Let's go back to the LPC, as you are here in particular because of that program. What qualifications does one need to do that program, and what cost are we looking at?
So in order to get onto our legal practice course, you would need to have what's called a Bachelor of Laws, or the LLB. That would be a course that is offered and called what's known as a qualifying law degree. So it has to have a particular set of requirements and regulations, but most, if not all, of the courses that are offered by UK institutions would then be deemed to be what's called this qualifying law degree. So you need a QLD, qualifying law degree, to then come on to our legal practice course. But AJ Academic Agency will be able to ensure that the individuals who apply do have those particular qualities that are needed to gain access to the legal practice course.
Right, and in terms of the cost?
The cost itself, so we have spoken to AJ Academic Agency and looked at the needs and the importance of how education works within Trinidad and Tobago, and so we are pricing our LPC at £11,000. So that works out to be something like 94,000 TT dollars, which is cheaper than we would normally offer that to individuals in the UK, but there is a limited amount of time for individuals to be able to access the legal practice course, and so it's an opportunity really for individuals then to seize that price point and join us.
Right, so for those of you who are listening, now is the time. You have to get on to AJ Academy Agency because this costing is offered through the agency. So if you may be on your own, don't expect to get that quoted to you. Let's talk a little bit about the future of this program, this university, and how does your institution plan to stay ahead of legal education? As you mentioned, we are consumers. There are always going to be choices available. So again, what plans are in place to ensure that Leeds, Beckett University in particular, the law program remains on top?
So we've been teaching law for 100 years. I've been in education for 30 years, as I've already said. And one of the important aspects of legal education that I think is really trying to make sure that we are nimble and we are agile and we change with the times. And so I've had conversations already with the registrar at the court in Trinidad to talk about the possibility of offering bespoke courses to lawyers in the region. But we make sure that the courses that we offer are going to be valid and valuable and also contemporary for where we are. So again, to go back to the individual, to the professor who was speaking at the United Nations Security Council yesterday, she's a leader in cybersecurity and also artificial intelligence, and so it's really making sure that our programs then deliver that information to our students to make sure that they have the most up-to-date knowledge to be able to then put that into practice when they go on and practice as a lawyer.
Right, and I know the reason you are here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, was that for that open day. Now you are in Tobago. Is there any open day planned for Tobago just yet, or what does your itinerary look like today?
So I'm meeting a number of different students today and tomorrow. If anybody does want to meet me, I am staying at the Cocoa Reef Hotel in Tobago. If they would like to get in contact with me there, they're more than welcome to do so, or better still, go through AJ Academic Agency and they'll set up a meeting. I leave Tobago tomorrow evening and head back to Trinidad and then fly back to the UK on Sunday. But if there are reasons why individuals can't meet me today or tomorrow, then of course the wonders of Zoom mean that we can have a conversation. But again, it's much nicer to meet in person. I have a large selection of lovely Leeds Beckett pens, which I'm happy to give out, and I'm happy to buy anybody a cup of coffee as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting anybody who would like to come and find me. Just even to talk about education in the UK. It doesn't have to be about law. That's my particular specialism. But again, I'm happy to advise anybody about studying in the UK anyway.
All right, thank you so much for your time. And again, I must welcome you to Tobago. Enjoy what you can today and tomorrow. And I know when you return, although you are going home, you will miss Tobago for sure.
I will. Natalie, thank you very much indeed for having me on. And folks, lovely to meet you all.
All right, viewers, thank you so much for listening to what we spoke about. And we are going for a short break. And when we return, we continue another interesting conversation.
The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor.
Tobago, the date has been set. Saturday, June 22nd, we head to the Jade Monkey once again for the launch of their 2024 Jufi and Mass Band presentation for Tobago Carnival. On Saturday, June 22nd, we gather at the Jade Monkey to get a glimpse of the Jade Monkey Mass presentation for 2024, the Tobago Festival, and also the launch of the Jade Monkey Jufi, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I come from the Twin Island.
Get ready for another year of Tobago Carnival with the best band in Tobago, Jade Monkey Mass and the Jade Monkey Jufi. So come out on June 22nd as we launch Monkey See, Monkey Do Jufi, and for Tobago Mass, the Tobago Festival's presentation, brought to you by the Jade Monkey. This one powered by Carib, Digicel, and Next 99.1 FM, a member of the TTT Limited Media Network. Jade Monkey.
Go down in the center, go down.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. I am Natalie Seeley Richardson, and you are viewing GMT. It is Friday morning, and we continue with our guest in studio this morning, Mr. Christopher Nathan. And when I call that name, you know we're talking about fashion, style, poise, grace, beauty, you name it, anything along that industry. And we are happy to have you here with us this morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And good morning, Tobago. Before I start, I want to acknowledge Ecliphi for outfitting me today. It's graduation season.
Yes.
And the gentlemen who are graduating want to look snazzy. So go down to Ecofili's store in Crown Point and get something to stand out in. So today we're talking about Making Style Tobago Fashion and Beauty Weekend, a recap of the event, and to talk of the successes as a result of hosting the event March the 3rd at the Shaw Park Complex. And then I want to introduce next year's program, which we have rebranded Style Week Tobago Caribbean Resort Wear Fashion Week.
Right. So Tobago has a lot to look forward to.
Indeed. Yes. So Coco Velvet is now here in Tobago to host some of our marquee events that we used to have in Trinidad. And Style Week was one of them, Style Week Port of Spain, which we have had since 2014. And Making Style, we started in 2006. And in 2009, we hosted Making Style in Tobago for the first time. It was, in fact, the first Fashion Week in Tobago, where we hosted the event at the Scarborough Esplanade and Mount Irving Hotel. And since then, our second edition, of course, was this year at the Shaw Park Complex on March the 3rd.
Right.
So Making Style included the graduation presentation show for the Tobago Youth Creative Arts Workshop, where we selected and trained 130 secondary school students from across Tobago for careers in the creative industries. And during the training at the Tobago Library Services, or the FNU sponsor, we were able to negotiate with the Miss World organization, Trinidad and Tobago's chapter, for us to host a Miss Tobago pageant to find a winner for the Miss Tobago, for the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago 2024 contest, which is now happening on Sunday. And we were also able to interest our international booking director for us to find a Tobago young lady who had the qualities and met the criteria for international modeling, and he agreed to offer a contract, an international management contract. So we hosted Tobago Top Model as well.
Right.
So the two programs went side by side.
Side by side, good.
And at the end, our winner, Anaya Beard, a 17-year-old from WIM, won the contest. And then she competed at Top Model Trinidad and Tobago and won that as well.
Excellent.
And there were 13 Tobago candidates in that contest and just 2 from Trinidad. So it was amazing that we were able to unearth all this talent here in Tobago.
Yes.
So the success...
And I must interrupt you, it's about time.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, it's about time.
Indeed.
And that's Anaya. I believe our viewers are seeing on screen.
So Anaya is 5 feet 11 inches. She has the right body proportions for international modeling. And she also is at the right age, because now models have to start modeling internationally at 18.
Right.
And she just turned 18 a few weeks ago. So she's now in New York, and she's signed to a major agency in Manhattan called Supreme Management New York. That's Anaya winning, and Wendy Fitzwilliam was one of our judges at the contest, receiving her prize. So she is now going to be launched at New York Fashion Week in September, and we hoped for her to have a long, successful career working internationally in the fashion capital.
And of course, all of this is possible because of the work you're doing through Coco Velvet International.
Indeed.
Yes.
So Anaya is one of the successes out of the Tobago Youth Creative Arts Workshop.
Excellent.
And of course, Vanessa was the other success. So Vanessa Ortiz came to the workshop basically...
Let me pause you, because I don't want us to get to Vanessa quite yet. And I know our viewers have been following what's going on and sharing from here. But why the interest in Tobago? It's obvious Tobago has beautiful young ladies, brilliant, but why did you decide to come to Tobago?
Interesting.
And yes, and because, I mean, as I said, it's about time somebody did it, right? And ensure that we have that representation, because we've known the Miss TNT Universe, the Miss World pageant, the local legs, and you may have had one person every couple of years, and you would even hear of the struggles of that lone Tobagonian in the pageants, the disadvantage in terms of the back and forth, etc. So what made you, Christopher Nathan, said, hey, let me come to Tobago and do this thing?
Divine intervention and God's will. I think, and I believe that really, because in 2018, having hosted the last Fashion Week in Trinidad, Style Week Port of Spain, I decided to retire.
Okay.
Even though I look so young, I'm 62 years old.
Okay.
So I decided to go to Seychelles in the Indian Ocean to retire and work out of East Africa, because I am a fashion education specialist. And I plan to work at universities in East Africa teaching sustainable product development and fashion design.
Interesting.
However, when I went to Seychelles in 2019, COVID struck.
Yes.
And I decided I didn't want to be in Africa for COVID, so I came back to Trinidad. But instead of going to Trinidad, I decided I'd come to Tobago to look for my roots, because as it happens, my mother is Tobagonian. And our family goes way back to 1851 when our great-great-grandfather, William Pancho Campbell, came to Tobago as a freed African slave from the Congo.
Wow.
And my mother is a result of his being here in Tobago. So we found our roots back in Speyside.
Right.
And I decided to stay here and do some research. And while here, I decided, well, I don't want to be doing nothing. I'll do this workshop. And that's how the Tobago Youth Creative Arts Workshop came about.
Excellent.
Because I felt that it was about time that the young people in Tobago got an opportunity to learn about careers in the creative industries, as we have been doing in Trinidad since 1997, when Cocoa Velvet International was launched. So that is how I ended up here in Tobago.
Yeah, your navel string is buried somewhere here, so you had to come home, definitely.
So this is how I ended up here in Tobago.
Interesting.
So in June last year, we approached the Division of Education, Research and Technology, and the Secretary, Sarisha Hackett, was kind enough to allow me to go to the various secondary schools to recruit participants for the workshop. And we interacted with over 3,000 students all across Tobago and shortlisted 350 for the workshop. 130 made it to the workshop last year, which we started in September, actually October, and we finished in February. So the rest of the students who were interested were anxious to join the program, and that's why we're having the program again next year for the rest of the students.
And I'm sure after this and seeing what's happening, more will be interested.
Indeed.
Yes.
So the workshop had 3 sections. One was for Miss Tobago Beauty Pageant. The second section was professional fashion modeling. And the third section was fashion design. Students who were interested in careers in fashion design. And in fact, one of the students, Anushka Archer, just won most outstanding student in clothing, textiles, and fashion at her school, Scarborough Secondary. So we want to shout out and give kudos to Anushka Archer.
So another success story, yes.
And another success is a 15-year-old student from Harmons, who is Serena Stevens, who was able to present a collection at Making Style along with all the top designers at just 15 years old.
Excellent.
So we've had tremendous successes from the workshop, and as a result, we want to do it again.
Yes.
Next year, however, we want to do the workshop during the summer, because we found doing it in October, November, December interfered with the schoolwork.
Definitely,
So we're going to do the workshop July and August next year, and we will start selecting candidates for the workshop in January. So those of you out there who are interested in careers in the creative industries, look out for our recruitment drive, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Cocoa Velvet International to get information on the workshop.
Right, so I want us now to talk about the Miss World, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's bring in Miss Ortiz and the conversation. So tell us what's been happening.
Okay, so I want to first say that Vanessa and I have been able to dispel the notions that there's no beauty in Tobago.
I'm telling you, where did they ever get that idea from?
And also that people here wear grass skirts and they swing on vines to get from house to house.
It's so sad that, people have that concept of us in the Caribbean. And even when you look at just Trinidad and Tobago, there's a mismatch somewhere where somehow some of us in Trinidad think some of us in Tobago are somewhere lower
and destitute.
Down. And it plays out like in the political arena, in the social arena, in just average conversations.
All right, so I'm saying that because one of the remarks that we get a lot from Vanessa in Trinidad, participating in Miss World Trinidad and Tobago, is that she's so sophisticated and so elegant.
Right,
So people are shocked that a Tobagan.
But that is so, and I mean, I'm hearing it and I'm trying to keep my composure, but that is so sad.
But it's the reality.
It is so sad. And I mean, I'm thankful that you, through your forum, through your creativity, saw it fit to come and expose Tobagoans, young ladies, to pageants and pageantry. And it's not, and I know there are some of us who have this stereotype of what a pageant is, but it's a lot more now, because you're looking at these young ladies who are studying and having NGOs and doing all these worthy causes and just developing as a young woman. But it's really sad to know that right home, because we are home, Trinidad and Tobago, that you have that notion.
In 2024.
In 2024.
Well, there are many people in Trinidad who have never come to Tobago.
Yes, I'm quite aware.
And they have this idea that Tobago is still stuck in the 60s.
Right.
Because, mind you, during the 60s, Tobago was quite undeveloped. Huh?
Right.
And the people, probably their grandparents, would have told them what Tobago was like then.
Right.
And they have this notion still. So Vanessa came to the workshop initially to study fashion design because she has a fashion company called Ren Creates.
Yes.
And she wants to be a professional fashion designer. So we had a workshop where the trainees were able to learn about fashion sketching, fashion illustration, and all the fundamentals of fashion design. And while she was doing the workshop, I noticed how poised she was naturally.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, she would make a good candidate for Miss World. Why don't you join the Miss World, Miss Tobago pageant? And she agreed. And the rest is history.
Yeah, definitely.
So far, Vanessa has won 3 of the 5 challenges because they have pre-pageant challenges. And she has won, well, she's in the top 3 for top model, the fitness challenge, as well as head-to-head challenge, where they test their interview skills and their intelligence.
Right.
So she's on her way to being in the top 5 for Miss World Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday. And once she gets into the top 5, I am positive she's going to win.
Right.
Because she's going to dazzle them with her intelligence during the intelligence segment, as well as the evening wear segment. So Vanessa is poised to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the next Miss World pageant, wherever it is held next year. And we are very, very excited. So I'm here to invite Tobagonians to come to the Napa Lord Kitchener Auditorium on Sunday to support Vanessa. Because as you imagine, the other 16 delegates are going to have an entourage making noise in the auditorium. And we need support for Vanessa on Sunday. Apart from which, you can watch the Miss Tobago pageant on Tobago Updates. And you can also look at the semifinals, because initially we had a semifinal contest and then the finals on Tobago Updates. So Sunday is a big day for Tobago.
So Sunday the 24th, right?
23rd.
It's 23rd,
Yes.
sorry, Sunday 23rd. What time? What time is it?
It starts early, actually, at 5:30 p.m.
All right, so
get an early ferry or early flight and come over and support our candidate for Miss World Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. And, it's really awesome looking at the progress. As you said, Tobago Updates would have carried parts of the competition and to see these young ladies, from stage 1 to stage 2. Yes, learning how to walk, how to sit properly,
And for that, I'd like to give credit to Gisela Round West, Miss World 1986, who took time to come to Tobago 2 times a month during the training to train the delegates for the contest. So we want to give credit as well to Ricia Ali Lindo, who handled communication skills development with the delegates. So let's talk about next year's program.
Yes, definitely.
Next year, we're going to have our workshop during July to August. And then from September the 5th to the 7th, we are going to rebrand Make and Style. And now it's going to be Style Week Tobago, Caribbean Resort Wear Fashion Week. And we're doing that because there's a huge demand internationally for Caribbean resort wear. And we want to position Tobago as a center for resort wear and the Caribbean. So we're going to be inviting designers from all across the region, that is the West Indies as well as Central America, to come to Tobago to present their resort wear collections.
Excellent.
So on Friday, the 5th of September, we're going to have Tobago Top Model Contest once more to find another wonderful replacement to Anaya. And on Saturday, we're going to have the resort wear collections at the Shopper Complex.
And this is all next year, 2025.
And on Sunday, the 7th of September, we want to take the resort wear collections to the Pigeon Point Beach to present the swimwear collections on the that jetty that is so famous internationally.
Definitely, yes.
And that's going to be amazing for the swimwear designers, because that jetty icon is shown all over the world when you think of Tobago.
Yes.
So can you imagine a swimwear collection along the jetty being presented to the world? So next year, look out for Style Week Tobago, Caribbean Resort Wear Collections, September 5th to the 7th at Shopper Complex and Pigeon Point Heritage Park. I would like to acknowledge the Tobago House of Assembly for supporting Making Style Tobago Fashion and Beauty Weekend this year. And we are now having talks with them to support next year's program, because really what we are doing is developing the youths in Tobago for jobs, not just in the creative sector, but in any sector.
Yes, definitely.
Because we are training them with communication skills, deportment, hygiene, interview skills, how to carry themselves when they go for an interview. And that is really important, because we discovered when they first came, they are extremely shy.
Yes.
And somewhat introverted as well.
Yeah.
And at the end of the workshop, they all bloomed.
Because they learn how to have conversations and speak. Because, you know, we're in a technology where everybody's head is like, sometimes I said I'll be walking through Scarborough and I'll just see everybody's head. Like, the phones will disappear, but that posture will just remain because,
but
you know.
But also the confidence, huh?
Yes.
Because a lot of the young women particularly had low self-esteem when they came into the workshop. And we discovered after talking to them, they had problems at home with their families. And it edged it away at their self-esteem.
Yes.
So a lot of the work that we do is to build back that confidence so that they realize that they have so much potential and they can go after their goals when they graduate.
Yeah, so whether you represent Tobago further in a pageant, I mean, it doesn't matter because you're all winners here because you are walking away understanding who you are. You are able to speak with confidence, carry about yourself and represent yourself in a strong, confident way. And I think nothing can take that away.
And also do better at school.
Yes.
Because Anushka Archer is an example. When she came to the workshop, she was extremely shy. But she learned how to carry herself. I told them it's an act. Even though you're shy, when you're in the public domain, pretend and act.
Yes.
And that's what she did at exam when she was able to be most outstanding secondary. So the young people who are in secondary school system in Tobago, it's not just about academia. We need to provide them with additional training and skills development so that we give a holistic development to the young people here.
And I always tell young people when I meet them, you have to have something that sets you apart from the rest because everybody's doing well at school. So what makes you stand out if you know, everybody coming in for an interview is at the same level. You've all excelled. You've all have, you know, whether with honors or whatever, but what makes you stand out?
And that's your personal style and your attitude. And your ambition. And we look forward to having these young people again next year at the Scarborough Library facility once more. We thank the Scarborough Library facility for sponsoring the venue. And once again, the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport would like to come on board again next year to sponsor the workshop.
Right. Excellent. Viewers, so if you have that young person who may not have heard about this interview, make sure and share that information and you can follow on Instagram.
Cocoa Velvet International.
Right, Cocoa Velvet International, Facebook as well, so you can keep abreast of what's happening. All the best to Renessa on Sunday. So those of you who can go, I'm sure her family would be taking that trip to represent, but the others who can go and make noise. Let them know that Tobago is in the house, most definitely. Thank you so much for sitting with me this morning and bringing us up to speed. We have a lot to look forward to. So viewers, our time is just about up and I know it's Friday. I always tell you we do weekends from a Friday, but let's be safe. I also want to share that number with you. Some of you are interested in AJ Academy Agency. For that law program, you can call 302-1927. That's 302-1927 if you'd like to get further information and be a part of that application process if you are interested in that law program. So that's it for this morning, guys. It is Friday, the 21st of June. I am Natalie Seeley Richardson, and thank you for staying with us here on Tobago Updates and viewing GMT. Have a great and wonderful weekend, and do ensure you stay safe.
Good morning.
viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.